Hadouken!
What's good, people? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please do subscribe down below, smash a like, hit the bell. Those things help out a lot. YouTube does notify people when we upload, so just make sure you hit that bell. Anyway guys, today we got a dope episode for you because it's all about trimming. Bowl trimmers versus trimming bag versus hand trimmers. What's the difference? What's the best one? What do I like? What do you guys like? Drop it in the comments and let me know. But before we get into that, guys, I just want to shout out everyone that's supporting on Patreon, man. If you aren't supporting, what you doing, man? You're missing out. We got a lot of exclusive content going up on Patreon, and we got a lot of free stuff going out to all VIPs. So definitely check that shit out, man. And when it comes to trimming, no matter what's the size or the scope of your garden, trimming a whole harvest is a lot of work, man. A lot of people are like, yo, you have a trim? You in trim jail? Yeah, that's a real thing, trim jail. There's actually a super funny meme as well about trimming. Thankfully, since legalization, a lot of companies have stepped up with the technological solutions for the laborious task of trimming flowers. Cause I know it's super painful when you're stuck in trim jail, bro. So much so that I've totally stopped manicuring my flowers to the perfect extent that I used to, just cause it's time consuming, man. Now, like I said, today growers have a variety of different technologies to choose from, which lessen the human labor required to trim and process those flowers. From bucking machines to trim robots, the modern grower is not short on harvest related technology. While many manufacturers develop technology for commercial producers, only a few companies have created trim equipment for home growers like us. A lot of the times you see these big trim machines which simply can't work for us at home, man. What am I going to do with this $10,000 trim machine? So three of the most popular harvest technologies used by home growers are bowl trimmers, trimming bags, and the good old hand trimmer. Because we all know there comes a point in time where you just can't beat the hand trimmers. But with that spring, it can cause some resistance and tire out your hands. So what about the other stuff? Now guys, I know there's some people out there that don't even trim. They don't trim, they don't manicure, they don't do any of that stuff, and that's absolutely fine. Sometimes I'm lazy, sometimes I do it myself as well. Sometimes I'll literally leave those fan leaves off and pluck them when I'm going to throw in the grind. But we can all agree that trimming is painful. The topic of trim machines is hotly contested in the industry. In fact, certain boutique growers have actually made the concept of hand trimmed flowers a real thing. It's part of their brand's identity. We don't do any machine trimming, we only hand trim that stuff. But on the flip side of the coin, certain commercial operations can't turn a profit in today's market without the help of trim machines, because it's simply not viable to trim everything by hand. The main motivation for home growers to use trim machines is simply a lack of time. You just don't have the time to sit down and trim all your flowers, or you just wanted to trim it a lot faster than you would have. And I know, don't get me wrong, while almost every single grower loves growing and loves consuming, the process of trimming simply just takes more time than people really have in the day. The notion is particularly true if you're dealing with a harvest while also working a full-time job. You can get real, especially if you're working a full-time job and you got families and kids and all that stuff. Finding time to trim a pound of flower can be painful. Now, while neither bowl trimmers or trimming bags do an absolute perfect job, they do cut a lot of time it takes to process that harvest. After flowers go through either machine, it's up to you if you want to clean up the excess leaves a little bit more, manicure it a little bit better to get that nice appearance, but it's not always absolutely necessary. So let's start off with the bowl trimmer, guys. It's look like this. They're small, or in this case slightly larger machines, which are specifically designed for home growers. There are a lot of different bowl trimmers on the market today, and a lot of different options, and these work with either dry or wet flowers. Because they're affordable and easy to use, bowl trimmers are the perfect choice for small home growers. And if you got a grow tent and you got a small setup, it works great. Now, bowl trimmers are literally designed with hand cranks like this one that I showed you guys. This hand crank pretty much sweeps and turns in a circular motion. As the sweeper turns, the curtains make their way around the bowl. These little curtains make their way around the bowl, and that actually trims the flowers. And these little curtains push the flowers across the blades at the bottom of the machine. These little plastic things right here that they call curtains are literally what pushes the flowers across to the blade at the bottom of the machine. Importantly, those blades cut the excess leaves and the stems from flowers while still leaving most of the buds intact. A lot of the trim bowls have interchangeable blades, and they also have like this little screen which allows a lot of those leaf and trim to go through, while a lot of the flowers can also stay separated. That way you can collect a lot of the trim at the bottom. Of course, we all know that trim can be used for hash, rosin, and all sorts. Personally, I think one of the biggest perks of these bowl trimmers is the clear top. A lot of people like to see what's happening, and just seeing this spin and seeing your flowers get trimmed is pretty cool. Now, in my experience, bowl trimmers save a lot of time, but they do sacrifice some of the quality of that flower trim. Personally, I prefer not to trim the flower and just pull out the fan leaves and some of that longer leaf when I'm throwing it into the grinder, then have some of the buds accidentally chopped in half. And next up, let's move on to the trimming bag. Well, what exactly is the trimming bag? The trimming bag is a soft-sided container that's used to trim dry flowers by way of a shaking motion. Because of their affordability and ease of use, trimming bags are a great choice for home growers that are looking to cut down on the harvest labor and just save some time. Trimming bags are usually like cylindrical in shape, and they contain two different compartments that are separated by a screen. After the dry flowers are placed in the main compartment, you shake and tumble the bag to gently brush the buds against the screen. As that motion occurs, leaves and stems and trim fall through the screen while the larger flowers stay separated in the main compartment. People enjoy using trimming bags because they don't got any blades and they're super easy to use. Point to consider though is that when you're using trimming bags, it takes serious energy to shake and roll them and all that stuff. While they do reduce the total labor compared to hand trimming, it can be tough to shake and roll those bags for an extended amount of time. Now, there are some great benefits when it comes to using trimming bags. For most growers, the main selling point of trimming bags is the number of flowers that they can process. You can put a lot of flowers in there, you can trim a lot of weight, and you can process over a pound at a time with certain trim bag technology. And of course, we all know those good old hand trimmers. Personally, this is the best way for me. I love using hand trimmers. If I got a lot of flower, it can take time, but I just gotta break up my trim sessions and figure it out that way. But hand trimming, there's no better way to manicure your flowers than using some of these hand trimmers, man. And this is a hand trimmer that I've used for a long time. I've used this for years now, and all I've been using is using isopropyl alcohol and wiping this down, man. That iso gets it nice and clean because you can literally run through trimmers if you don't clean them. The resin, the gunk, the stickiness that gets on there, it'll be gone in a short period of time if you don't take care of it. So all that said, what's the best option? Well, what's best for me may not be what's best for you, because I love using the hand trimmers, but if you got tons and tons of flower, it may not be the best for you. So no matter how much you love growing, most people don't like trimming. I think we can all agree on that. So the bowl trimmer works great, the trimming bags works great, but there's no clear-cut winner. So what do you guys think? Have you guys used any of these things? If you guys haven't, if you guys have, drop it in the comments down below and let me know. Both of these things will really help out a lot of home growers, and the great thing is that it's actually for home growers. It's not a massive machine that you gotta stick up and it costs like $10,000 to buy it and another $5,000 to service it and repair it. Like, it's none of that stuff. So it's really, really great. It's a great option for precision home trimming, and it's really, really useful and it really comes in super handy. So drop it in the comments and let me know what you think of those things, and smash the like button. But wait, when it comes to trimming and enjoying your flowers, you should check out this video right here and also this video right here. I promise you won't regret it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, fam.
Finish him!